Oh, there we go. Hey guys, what's up? Joey was just finishing her meditation. Alright, so we are on, technically this is day 4 by your conditioning and stretches. For our videos, this is only day 2. If you haven't already, you should have done your basic stretches that were listed in day 1. So make sure you get that done completely first, and you take a little breather in between. Today's workout is going to be upper pull, it's called, and that's going to be back and biceps. Okay. Now, I tried to make this work with everything that you have, the best that you can, or the best that I could. But a lot of these workouts require a lot of equipment, so just kind of bear with me as we kind of go down the list. There's going to be a lot more explaining and a little less showing today. Alright, so the upper pull is basically anything that involves a pulling motion, usually involves your back and your biceps. It'll involve a little bit of your neck, your lat muscles, which are the ones that are right under your armpits, and then your lower back, which is the part of your back that you're using when you bend over and stuff like that. Alright, so immediately, just to keep it simple, right from the start, our first thing is going to be bent over rows. So Joey's going to go into a hands and knees position. She's going to take a hand weight. She's going to put it in one of her arms. Good. And she's going to keep her back straight as she can. Not too round. Straight. Good. And what she's going to do from this position is she's going to pull, keep her hand exactly the way it is, and she's going to pull her elbow as high up as she can and then place it back down. You can even pull it a little higher, Joey. Up and down and up and down. Okay? You're going to do this for 10 reps on your right side, then you're going to do it 10 reps on your left side. It's going to be a total of 4 sets alternating. Okay, so that's it for bent over rows. Probably a weight between 3 and 5 pounds would be fine. As the numbers go on this, you will start to tighten up and it'll get a little bit more tiring. Alright, the second thing is a little bit more complicated, so you guys are going to have to look around the best you can and try and find some sort of household object that would kind of match it. I chose something a little more strange because you guys might not have a bench or anything like that to use. You could use a stool or you could use a chair. We're going to use a kiddie table. So basically, we have our toddler's kiddie table here. What we did was we're going to use it as kind of like a makeshift bench, and Joey's going to take both one weight in each hand, so you missed that. And she's going to lay over the end of the table here. Now, it's very important that when you do this, depending on what you're on, if you have a stool, the stool can sit, you can lay right on the stool right where your chest is, right there, and do it the same way. You just might need something to support your feet, so maybe a second stool or a chair or something along those lines. I'm sure we'll have funny pictures posted when we get to this part. In fact, I'd love to see what you guys come up with for this. But anyway, these are called flies. This is a different version. It's a different idea of flies, but we're using your back in this sort of different way. What she's going to do is with her hands turned outwards, just like they are. No, you were good. Just like they are. She's going to take her arms and she's going to pull them straight out to the side, and she's going to hold for 3 seconds up. 2, 3, and then back down. Her head is supposed to be neutral, so you don't want too much pressure on your neck, so your head needs to be comfortable, okay? And then up, 1, 2, 3, and then down. Good. Okay, that I have for, excuse me one sec. For back flies, that I have 3 seconds pausing in between. That's going to be for 10 reps, okay? The next part of that, and this is a 2-part circuit, is going to be turn your wrists, up just like that, and you're going to lift your arms all the way up over your head and down. And high as you can, up and down. And high as you can, up and down. Same thing, 10. You want to hold for 3 seconds. This one's a little bit harder. Joey does a lot of gymnastics, and she doesn't quite get full extension, so it is something that you're going to want to work on. Okay, you're going to go back and forth between these by 10, total of 3 times. Okay, you're supposed to take 60-second breathers in between. So one more time, she's going to go out to the sides, and those are flies. And then the next one is going to be up and front, okay? So those are the two for back flies, side and front, all right? Let me get the table out of here. Yeah, okay, so going forward, the next thing on the list. Oh, by the way, get up slowly, as I wrote here in my notes, because when you're laying down for that long and doing those exercises, then you get up. If you take a deep breath or you're holding your breath for a little bit, you might end up a little lightheaded. Okay, so make sure you get up slowly. All right, so the next thing I have on this list, okay, is going to be pull-ups. This is also a little complicated because I don't know what you have available to you at home. We don't have a pull-up bar in our house, but we do have a playground behind the house that has monkey bars, and it has that sidebar that we can use for this. So that's where we're going to be doing this. So basically I'm going to explain to you the 3 different types of grips and then the technique for your pull-ups, and then you guys are going to have to kind of find what works best for you. I mean, I was in a situation when I was younger where we didn't have gym for a small period of time, but we needed to stay in shape in some sort of way, so we would actually do our pull-ups on the trees. I'm not suggesting that you run out and climb a tree, but if that's what you need to do, that's what you need to do. All right, so there's 3 different types of pull-ups, and depending on how you hold your hand placement, you are working different parts of your backs. It's in a similar sort of way, but there are small differences depending on your hand placement. So the first regular pull-up grip is just, she's going to put her arms out in front, over her head, straight up over her head, good. And basically, she's just trying to keep her head neutral, and she's going to pretend like there's a bar in her hands, and she's going to pull her chin right to the bar and back down, okay? Pretty plain and simple. Everybody knows what that is. It's pretty standard. Okay, so the next set of pull-ups is going to be chin-ups, and that's going to be the same thing, but it's going to be in reverse grip, and we call it front for front giants, okay? We don't know why, we just do. And it's going to be the same thing. Pinkies are towards each other, and she's going to pull her chin to the bar, and then she's going to release back down and pull her chin to the bar and back down. Very good. And then the last one is wide pull-ups, and you're just going to do the same thing as the originals, but your hands are going to be a little bit wider, and then on this one you're going to look up towards the bar, and you're going to try and pull the bar closer to your chest. Okay, those are a little harder to do depending on whether you know how to use your back muscles or not. For most of our gymnasts, this wouldn't be uncommon. Actually, even might be for some of them. The situation about these pull-ups is depending on how active you are and how many pull-ups you do on a regular basis. This could be harder, this could be easier. For me, someone of my size who's been working out every day for like 15 years, I do 8 pull-ups per turn, and I do a circuit pretty much like this. So when I'm done, I'm doing 8 reps 6 times. I'm not really sure if everybody's going to be doing it that way, and I would really prefer that you guys lighten the reps so that you get at least a considerable amount of pull-ups in per type of grip. So I would suggest doing maybe sets of 3 or 5, okay? 5 being the max for maybe my higher level team girls, and I would stick to 3. Now, if you do it in 3s and you feel good after your 3rd set, then you could always just do another set, and that'll be perfectly fine, okay? So maybe for the first round of doing this upper pullback workout, you just try and do it in 3s, all right? So again, we have pull-ups, regular grip pull-ups, then we have chin-ups, then we have wide grips. Take breaks in between. Depending on your situation, your hands might be a little slippy. I don't know if we have any chalk in your house. If you do, you're probably not that concerned about having a bar or a bench. All right, so next thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing bicep curls. Now, when you do back workouts and pull workouts, you really get a lot of workout in your biceps. So there's not really much more to do when it comes to your biceps, so we're going to stick to this. All right, you can do this standing, or you could do this kneeling up. Joey's going to do it upright so that she's a little closer and you could see her a little clearer. Okay? There's 3 different types of bicep curls that I want you to do, but the bicep is not a huge muscle. So pretty much by curling, you're using most of it. One thing that does kind of change the workout of the muscle is your hand positioning for it. So we're going to start with the basic curls. First one is just going to be her palms are up. So she's turning her palms towards us. Good. And she's going to curl both arms at a time. Yep, all the way up to her shoulders. And down. And all the way out. This you're going to be doing 10 times. This is a 3-part circuit, so that means that you go from one to the next, then back to the first one, the next one, the next one, then back to the first one, next one, the next one. Okay? Believe it or not, she does have some pretty good biceps. They do kind of look like spaghetti right now. All right, so next thing is going to be hammer curls. Okay? Hammer curls is similar, but you're going to turn your thumbs up. And these you're going to do alternately. So one arm, then the other arm, then one arm, then the other arm. So left arm up. She's actually turning her thumb up towards her shoulder. Thumb up towards her shoulder. I don't want a motion, so I actually want you to control and stop. I don't want you switching, so Joey, freeze. One arm up and down. Now other arm up and down. Good. I don't want you swinging, and I don't want you using your back, so that's why I want you to kind of isolate the workout. What she was doing before was she was kind of creating a aerobic motion, and we don't really need that. Okay, so palms down is going to be the last one. Basically, it's the same thing as basic, but her palms are facing down instead of up, and this is going to work this tricep muscle right here. I mean, not tricep, I'm sorry, this forearm muscle right here a little bit while you're doing the bicep curling. And so now you're going to do both at the same time, the same way that you did with the basic curl. Up and down. Good. You don't want to swing your arms forward because you don't want to be using your shoulders at all. Back up and down. Pinkies up a little higher. And up. Yep. Good. And good. Does that you feel tension in your forearm? Yeah. It should be tension right here. Those actually get hard pretty quick, especially with the same weight. All right. So that's 3 parts. So you're going to do 10 reps. Then the next set, 10 reps. The next exercise, 10 reps. Okay. Then you take your 60-second breather, and then you do it again. You're doing 3 times, 3 full sets, 3 times. Okay. All right, this is a fun one. Joey's going to give you 2 different views of this so that you can see. The first one will be side view, and then we'll do it again facing. Okay. This is a combination of a deadlift with a double bent over row. If you have a kettlebell, use a kettlebell. If you don't have a kettlebell, use a hand weight and just hold it with 2 hands. Okay. We have a kettlebell here. Okay, she's going to face sideways that way. Good, and she's going to straddle her feet significantly, not shoulder width, a little wider. So in this case, I hope her socks don't make her slip. They're going to make you slip? Okay. All right, so what she's going to do is she's going to be looking at the wall, and she's actually going to try and keep her back straight because she is trying to use her lower back when she does this. You don't exactly want to arch, but you don't exactly want to hollow either. Okay, so you want to try and keep your shoulders back as much as you can. And you're just going to keep your legs straight, and you're going to just go down to the floor and look up. Look up, Joey. Good. And now she's going to pull in the row. There's the row. And then go back down, and then stand back up. Good. She could probably pull her elbows a little bit farther back when she does it in the kettlebell, so you can keep a little wider grip if you can, using your index fingers. Good on the corners of that bell. All right, so then one more time. Arching, opening, good. And now pull, and down, and stand. Good. Again. Open up, good, and pull, and up, and stand. Very good. Now she's going to turn and give us one view from this side so you can see. Straddle a little bit more, good, and she's going to down, and pull, and up, and stand. Very good. Okay, so that's how that works. What I do want her to do, and she could demonstrate that now, is you're going to do this in reps of 10. So after you're done with one set of 10 reps, you're going to go down into a seal stretch. Yep, you're going to hold that for 10 seconds. And then, just kind of stretch out your lower back, and then you're going to go into a cat stretch. And you're going to stretch for 10 seconds. Good. And then after that, you're going to stand back up. You're going to do another set. Then do the stretches again. Then do another set. Okay? All right, the next thing that we have on the list is arch rocks. These can actually be confusing for the little ones, so you might have to try and help them out, get them started. She's going to lay down. Not in the way. I don't think I'm in the way. All right, she's going to lay down. She's going to put her arms out to the sides. Yep, shimmy over. Good, her arms are out to the sides, and what she's going to do here is she's going to just pull into an arch hold, and she's just going to kind of warm it up and rock, okay? It's a lot of work, a lot of tension on your back and your butt. You're going to do that for 30 seconds. And then once you get to 30 seconds, it's going to be elbows down, hold hollow body plank for 30 seconds. Okay, you'll actually feel that in your abs too, but this is a good way to kind of balance out the amount of work you're doing with the arch in your back. Okay, and that's what I like to do, balance as much as I can. Okay, that is going to be a constant working 5-minute setup. So what that means is you're going to do everything sorry, everything 5 times. So you're going to do 30-second arch rocks, then immediately 30-second plank. That's a breather, so you're fine to go right back into the 30-second arch rock. So in a 5-minute timer, you're going to get all that done 5 times. 30, 30, 30, 30, 30. Okay? Hope you understand that. It's pretty simple. I specifically said no breaks in between. And then the last thing is just going to be a very, very simple exercise that we do a lot in the gym, that when we do get the gym back open, I hope everybody is really, really good at, because we need it a lot. It's going to be on your hands and knees. Good. And we call this, this is scared cat and old horse, okay? So basically what it is you're going to do a hollow and pull your ribs up into a hollow as high as you can. So if you look at Joey and she relaxes her back, just kind of relaxes a little bit, that's normal, okay? If you go on your hands and knees, this is what the normal back position looks like. But when you push through your arms and you pull your ribs up, you pull into a really hard hollow body, okay? It's a really important control position for gymnastics, especially higher level gymnastics, so it's really important that everybody understands how to do it. You're going to do that for 15 seconds, and then you're going to arch your back, and this is into old horse, and you're going to pick your head up a little bit. Good, and you're going to hold that for about 15 seconds, and then go back up, hollow body. Scared cat, 15 seconds, then arch, old horse, 15 seconds. You're going to do that 4 times on both sides, okay? All right, so that's pretty much it for this one. We're going to keep doing these as long as we need to demonstrate for you guys, and then at some point, hopefully we don't have to do them much longer. We don't really have any idea how much longer we're going to have to wait, but hopefully before too long, we'll be right back in the gym. I'll be putting an email out soon to all the parents about things and how we're going to try and go forward preparing for April. But I'm still lacking a whole lot of information and a whole lot of understanding as to what's to come. So for now, you could just assume that I'm going to keep putting these things together, and we're just going to keep doing some light demonstrations to keep you guys as active as possible. This is something that you can do 2 or 3 times if you're feeling good about it, but just take some breaks in between and don't get too worn out. The next day is going to be a lot more cardio driven. So, you know, it's important that if your body starts to get really sore, you stretch out or you lower the numbers a little bit or give yourself a little bit more of a break. Especially if, you know, you're doing 1 or 2 days a week and your body's not used to all this stuff every single day. It's something you got to kind of ease into a little bit. But you guys are awesome. I appreciate you kind of keeping up with it. Feel free to send us, you know, pictures to the Towers page or videos or funny shots, because I'm sure that there's all sorts of funny stuff going in the house. Until then, we'll catch you guys later, all right? Thanks a lot, Joey. Night, guys.